Yeah. Keep it real when I walk, keep it real when I talk. I'ma keep it real, give you something you can feel when I talk. We gon' keep it 100. Listen, this is the way, you in the right place, cause I got time today. Big G, keep it 100.
Listen up, you Yenzies. What's cracking today? Live noonday edition, live rant edition of the Keeping It 100 on the KnoItallz podcast channel with your boy Big G, man. Great to see all y'all this week, man. Appreciate all y'all rocking out with the live chat today, man. We got a great show in store for you. If you have not already, like and subscribe and share all the yens that you know out there concerning the Pittsburgh Steelers and what we're going to talk about. And super chats are wide open. If you want to get your comment or rant up on the screen, it's wide open. If you want to join and get a membership to support the channel, because we always need members to support the channel to help the channel grow, you can do that by subscribing and or super chatting. We appreciate all y'all in the building, man. Trying to keep it 100, man, concerning the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then before I get to jumping, man, let me give what's a crack-a-lacking to some of the members. Steeler Dog in the building, man. Good to see you. Afton, what's happening? Good to see you. Afton said, what's up to Yenzies? Yeah, facts. What's going on, girl? Luke Cage in the building, man. What's happening, man? Good to see you. Christine Black and Gold. What's happening, Christine? Good to see you in the building. Victoria said, man, what's happening? Good. What's up? What's up, Vic, man? Good to see you, man. Happy to see everybody. Gonna keep it 100, 100% today about the state of the Steelers, man. Now, some of y'all saw this and saw the priority map of what's going on with the Steelers, top priority, and then somebody's being interrogated and got some stuff going on, you know, in the background. Look like Omar Khan and old Mike McCarthy look like a mob boss over there trying to interrogate somebody and figure out what the hell is going to be going on with the Pittsburgh Steelers this year. And I'm going to be clear. Some of y'all need to be in that interrogation chair. Some of y'all do. Because you're thinking concerning the Steelers for the 2026 has just obsessively went into, we have to have a wide receiver in round one. And I'm telling you, no. We don't have to have a wide receiver in round one. What's up, Reginald Rivers, man? Good to see you, man. What's cracking, man? We don't have to have a wide receiver in round one. We don't. But some yens are like, oh yeah, we got to have a wide receiver in round one. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Y'all, listen, we're approaching shorts and t-shirts. The glorified shorts and t-shirts Olympics. We got less than 14 days and this thing's going to jump off, right? Everybody going to look good in shorts and t-shirts. But you got to go back and check out film to match the shorts and t-shirts. What you get from a measurable standpoint, a standing broad jump, a vertical jump, the three cone, how they doing the drills. Yeah, after you right, underwear Olympics, right? We're approaching that. But I'm telling you, there's really 4 receivers that could go in the top 21. Boston out of Washington, Lemon out of USC, Tate out of Ohio State, and Tyson out of Arizona State, right? It would be one of the worst moves the Steelers ever made in history if they reach for a guy outside of any of those 4 at pick 21. And just as much as we need to fill the wide receiver room and wide receiver position, we got issues in the offensive line. Now, I don't know about y'all. I've been dealing with quarterbacking and football and all this stuff since I was a little bitty fella. Okay? Last I checked, the quarterback can't throw the ball to the wide receiver, or hand the ball off to the wide receiver, or throw the ball to the tight end, or hand the ball off to the tight end, or throw the ball to the running back, or hand the ball off to the running back, unless the offensive line is taken care of. You cannot have big holes in the offensive line. And that's the issue. And that's why I'm saying Omar Khan and Andy Waddle and Mr. Rooney and Coach Mike Wazowski need to start interrogating some of your Steelers and your Yenzi about your loyalty towards drafting a wide receiver. Why would you take any other dude outside of those four in the first round? It's the 21st pick. There's so much value in that. But you're talking about, well, we gotta get a wide receiver. We gotta get a wide receiver, right? S. Dresden, yeah. Yeah. Facts. It's the Underwear Olympics. And let me be clear. Let me be perfectly clear. There's gonna be people in the Underwear Olympics. Oh, we gotta get this guy in the first round. He's a burner. Go put the film on. Go watch the film. The film don't match what might be going on at them Olympics. So you better not look over the trenches for the offensive line for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let me also be clear, crystal clear with this one. The Steelers got to make up their mind on whether or not they want to allow Mr. Broderick Jones to get a fifth-year option. They ain't made their mind up yet. They don't know yet. Stiller, what you said? He said, I'm not saying it's life or death, but dang, I'm just tired of not having two wide receivers to worry about in the offense. You can fix the guard position in free agency. You might be able to, Stiller Lee. You might be able to. Kenny Miller said, wide receiver is the biggest need. Did you see how our wide receiver won? What? Yeah, I absolutely I saw it. However, just like how you saying we can fix the guard and offensive line with free agency, we can fix the wide receivers with free agency. We can do it, right? But everybody, oh, no, we got to. No, we don't have to draft a guy at 21. And let me be clear again. You stand a whole hell of a lot better chance of getting a wide receiver in free agency than you do offensive linemen in free agency. The reason why teams don't let offensive linemen hit free agency because they know how much of a commodity they are. They know, and they're going to pay bread for the commodity. They're going to pay bread. I'm telling you. Black and Gold said the first week of free agency will determine what happens in the draft. Until that happens, it's a crapshoot of what they'll do in draft, to be honest. It is. That's facts. But to try to lock in, to talk about we got to go wide receiver first, hell to the no. Hell no. No, we ain't got to. Right? And we can fix it. We can fix it, man. Tate said, May 1, Broderick Jones, $20 million going to rate for an average tackle. Got to take a chance on his neck. I don't know if we got to do that or not. I don't know if they done made their mind up yet, man. I don't know if they done made their mind up yet. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. And if they extend him, they're like, okay, maybe. Well, he might be able to be serviceable. And him and Cook is going to fight for the left tackle. And listen, I'm not talking about getting a tackle. But believe what I'm telling you. There's a guard that's might be sitting there at 21. And when I'm telling y'all he's an animal, he's an animal. He's a plug-and-play day one starter and will walk into the room and be the #1 offensive lineman on our team. Do you hear me? The film shows it. The boy from Penn State is a killer. He's an absolute freaking killer. He can handle his business. You see all them yards, the Singleton and Katron Allen and all. Yeah, guess who was making sure that was happening? The guard over there at Penn State. He's a killer, right? And so why would we reach for a Casey Concepcion or a big trash Brazil wide receiver out of Tennessee to when we can get a dude like that that can solidify the offensive line? Why would we even do it? This is facts, Reginald Rivers. This draft class is deep with wide receivers and not defensive linemen, edges. Let's be clear. There's about 7 D tackles that's worth it. But edges, there's a gang of them. It's a gang of them. It's a gang of them. Big E said, are you guys might be interested in Tyreek Hill? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. We might be, but who knows? I don't know. Maybe for the cheap, right? Christine says, look, I would take that guard first round over a wide receiver every day and twice on Sunday. That is big facts. Listen, man, let me tell you something. And I know that we got some oppositional ops in here in the live chat, some Dallas Cowboy lovers over here. But look at what they did with guard when they drafted Booker last year from Alabama. That solidified the Cowboy offensive line so fast it was unbelievable. So fast it was unbelievable. You got to have offensive linemen that can protect. And why would you draft on a pass or draft to get a Brazil and a KC Concepcion when you could get that dude? Craig said, Steelers can be slow in free agency. Yes, they got to be productive at wide receiver. They got to go after some guys. That's facts. At cornerback, at offensive line, yeah. S. Dresden, negative. Any lineman in the first round this year, knock it off. S. Dresden, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm flat out telling you. They would be asinine to not look at that. For KC Concepcion? What? For Brazil from Tennessee? Stop that. First round? No. And trust me, S. Dresden, trust me. You went back and you started looking at some of the Steelers drafts and look at the dudes. Look at where the Steelers drafted from a position of need and they reached. Look at the history of it. You can go back 15 years all the way back to big trash Kevin Colbert. And look at what they was reaching for, because we needed a cornerback. We needed a linebacker. We needed a quarterback. No, you don't reach. Hell no. Right? Steeler Dog says, sign a wide receiver in free agency, then draft a wide receiver in the 3rd or 4th round. No, let me tell you something, Steeler Dog. Let me tell you something. They realistically should go in the 2nd, probably back again in the 3rd, and possibly again in the 4th and the 5th to get wide receivers from this draft based on what they do in free agency. They really should realistically look at it. But to take 21, Tate Boy Fresh said, I would take Brazil or Concepcion. I wouldn't take Brazil or Concepcion at 21, but I'd also look at cornerback and safety. But ain't gonna be after Caleb Downs come off the board, it's over with in the 1st round. After Caleb Downs, the safety come off the board, it's over with at 21. Yeah, no more safeties. Cornerback, once McCoy comes from Tennessee, come off the board, you got to look around. They got some quality dudes. Don't get me wrong. They got some quality dudes, but you got to look around. Somber said, only linebacker I'd take in the 1st round is Styles, and we'd have to move up. Yeah, but this ain't about no linebacker. And I wouldn't be mad at taking Sonny Styles, but we got to get that offensive line right. We got to get that line right. After said, I don't care which position they draft in the 1st, as long as it's a significant upgrade at the position. This is facts. And after you talking with some sense. Because this is about having day one starters from the beginning. Day one starters from the beginning, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Boston or Tyson or Tate or Lemon ain't day one starters from the beginning. I'm not saying that. I think all 4 of them dudes is day one starters. All 4 of them is. But KC Concepcion? Brazil? What? Listen, how Jalen Hyatt working out for you? How Cedric Tillman working out for you? I'm naming Tennessee dudes, by the way. How them dudes working out for you in the league? They trash. They are not good, man. They are not good. And we're trying to bring in a dude that's going opposite of DK. So you got to get you a route runner. If you don't have no route runner, you in trouble. You in trouble. You in trouble. Lockdown said trade for Wan'Dale Robinson from the Giants. Listen, man, let me tell you something. I'm not trading for nobody. This is not. Let me be clear. Let me be clear. This ain't the draft you get to trading and moving around. This ain't. You got value and depth at certain positions. Now, realistically, can the Steelers move up and down the board anywhere they want to in that second and that third round, fourth round? Yeah, they could. But I'm telling you, this is the draft where other teams are going to reach for positions because they feel that there's no value. And if you look across the census, all 32 teams need certain positions. But the Steelers are damn near specific of what they need. Wide receiver, guard, green dot linebacker, safety, and defensive tackle. Let's be clear. That's where they at, right? That's where they at, right? Hey, S. Dresden, I ain't mad at you. The Indiana kid, Surratt, yeah, he's solid. He baby Hines Ward. He baby Hines Ward. Still a Dog said, even if we draft a wide receiver in the first round, Rodgers won't throw him. Well, I don't know if Rodgers will or won't, and we don't know for sure yet if Rodgers is coming back, but I don't know that. I know Rodgers wouldn't throw it to Roman Wilson. I know that. Now, I don't know about anybody else. I don't know. Yeah, Somber, I like Cooper, boy. Man, I was looking at this tape last night, man. Cooper is a dog, man. Cooper is a dog, man. I don't need him to go to the combine and run one of them blazing times, man. Don't run no damn 4.42 or 4.41. They're gonna be trying to get him. No, I need him to sit right there in the second round and be okay. Big E said, so you're telling me if you could get DJ Moore from Chicago for a third-round draft pick, most likely that's all Chicago's going to get, you wouldn't? No, hell no. Hell no, I'm not trading for DJ Moore. No, I'm not doing it. I will sign a free agent that I want on my team versus trading for a guy and giving capital. No, I ain't doing that. No. I can now let's be clear. They need to be aggressive. They need to be aggressive at wide receiver for free agency. They need to, and Mike in Texas, get two of these. Dobbs, Kurt, Rashid Sheedy, and free agency. That way we can go best player available in the first, and we can pick up a quality wide receiver maybe in the second and the third. I like that take. I like that take, bro. But I think that it's the four targets at wide receiver in the free agency are Dobbs, Pierce, Kirk. Yeah, I would say those three. And then the fourth one is interchangeable. Dobbs, Pierce, or Kirk. Got to get one of those three. Christine says, if we can get Tate, Tyson, Lemon, or Boston at 21, then I'm filling in the trenches. Yeah. Curb says, cornerback Colton Hood may be there at 21. I want him to see him run, then he could maybe be a number. No, I don't want no number 2 corner, Kirby. If I'm at 21, I'm drafting a dude that can take his spot. See, that's the thing about the Yinzies, man, that drives me up the wall. You get the best dude. Why would you take a 4th or 5th wide receiver when you can take the number 1 guard on the board? Why would you take the 2nd or the 3rd or the 4th cornerback when you can take the number 1 guard on the board? No, and it's not like position of need is position of need. Yeah, Tate, I ain't mad at Jennings either. I ain't mad at Jennings. He might cost a little bit, but I ain't mad at him. But you take a position of need. No. I'm not drafting a guy that could possibly be a compare. Like, if I draft a wide receiver at 21, You taking DK's spot, dude. I'm bringing you in to be the #1 guy. Now, if DK turns up his game and he does all the things that we're supposed to do and what we know he can do, yeah, okay, you the #1. But I'm drafting a dude that's going to take a dude's spot. That's how successful teams win in the National Football League. In the National Football League, you draft a dude that can take a dude's spot, right, and then make the best man win. That's how it work around here. Tell him, Mike. Mike, they ain't trying to hear it. They ain't trying to hear it. They ain't trying to hear it, Mod. They ain't trying to hear it, bro. They ain't trying to hear it. Somber said, we don't need Shaheed. Yeah, we can. Yeah, they going to be there. What Lester said? Do not draft a wide receiver at 21. It depends on who it is. And that's why I'm saying that you got to take a guard. Take a strong look at a guard. Listen, Yenzies, you're going to be mad at me for this one. You got to take a strong look at defensive tackle. You got to take a strong look at defensive tackle. If Hunter from Texas Tech is sitting there, or Caden McDonald is sitting there, man, look. Man, listen, all 4 of them other wide receivers better be gone. That guard from Penn State better be gone. Sonny Styles better be gone. All them dudes better be gone. Because if they gone, then okay, right, but now you got to take a look at D-tackle. You got, Somber, listen, bro. And I got into, look, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to let y'all into some things that go on backstage with me. I got into it with a Yenzi on one of the social media platforms. And the Yenzi tried to tell me that we're fine with Black and Harmon. I said, what kind of damn defense you watching? What kind of damn defense is you watching? All right. First of all, Black can't play a 0-3 technique. He's too tall. He's too, and he sets too high. He doesn't have a base. So you can forget him. So now you got Harmon that is going to need a blow in the game. Because you damn for sure can't put Keanu Benton at the 0-3 technique. You can forget that. You can forget it, right? And you ain't going to get, the older that Hayward gets in the tooth, the more he ain't going inside. So you're going to need some depth at that 0-3 technique. You might need a dude that can come in and take, right? That's facts, Tate boy. You can't never have enough of them. You can't never have enough of them. That's Christine, yep. McDonald would upgrade our team day 1. He would start. Caden McDonald would start day 1 in Pittsburgh. Day 1. The starting 3 defensive linemen would be Caden McDonald, Hayward, and Harmon. Day 1. Caden McDonald would start at the 0-3 technique. Day 1. And guess what about him too? He's not just a 0-3 technique that's plays 2 downs. He can play all 3 downs. Matter of fact, if you want to, you can push him out a little bit past the 3 technique. He can line up head up or to the outside shoulder of a guard in between a guard and a tackle and cause some problems. Hell, you might be able to line him up head up on the damn end. He's a monster, man. So that's why you got to draft dudes that fit the position. That's Dresden. No. McDonald is 6'3", 340 pounds. Hunter is 6'3", 334, 35 pounds. They are definitely fire hydrant nose tackles, right? Same different with the guard from Penn State. The guard from Penn State is about 345. And when I'm telling you this boy got feet and a base and you ain't getting around him and he will literally maul you, yeah, that's what I need. Look, Yenzies, let me take you back. Let me take you back a little bit. Let me point out something to you. Because some of y'all act like y'all ain't been Steeler fans your whole life. And I'm going to have to educate you and school you and keep you 100. Did the Pittsburgh Steelers know that Dave DeCastro would be sitting there at pick 24? Did they know? Let's be clear. Did they know that Dave DeCastro would be sitting there when they picked him? Did they know? No. When the pick came around, they had other positions and needs. They sprinted that damn car to the table to get Dave DeCastro. Now, Yenzies, go back and Google Dave DeCastro. Go back and Google him. He's a killer. He's a flat out freaking killer. A killer. You don't want that sitting next to Zach Frazier and Mason McCormick? You don't want that? You done lost your mind. You done lost your mind. Tay said, well, Caleb Johnson, well, I don't know. It depends on the reps. Hell, he might not get a helmet again. Let's be clear. They could draft Singleton to go along with Warren and say, hey, who knows? Yeah, see Amalu up out of here. See Amalu go. Listen, I'm gonna hit you with a Destradamus. See Amalu going to the Raiders. See Amalu going to the Raiders. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. They ain't trying to hear it. But going back to Dave, did we know that Dave DeCastro was gonna be with what he was? Did we know? Oh, listen, they knew. They knew. That's why you don't mess around. Oh, we need a cornerback. We need to be cute. We need a wide receiver. Hell no. Do y'all remember who was next to DeCastro at center? See, that's that old, they ain't thinking. They ain't thinking. Iron Fist said, bro, so many guys' stock will rise and fall at the combine. We really don't know who's available 21. Lemon will definitely be gone. Man, all four of them boys going to be gone. Tyson going first. Tate going second. I'm sorry, as far as wide receiver. Tyson going to go first. Tate going to go second. Third man off the board is Lemon. If he get past 14, it's a miracle. The next guy is Boston. Now, if Boston right now is projected to run a 4.52, if Boston runs a 4.49, Boston gone by 21-2. He gone by 21-2. Every draft, there's a run. Every draft, there's a run. Every freaking draft, there's a run. I've already told it. I told my inner circle. I told Tate this morning. Me and him was texting back and forth. I said, Tate, I said, I would bet the farm this year that the run is going to be a wide receiver or edge. I would bet the farm. The wide receiver or the edge is where the run is at this year. And when that happens, you can't get shaky in the run. You can't get shaky. When the run happens, you can't be like, oh, and reach, because that's what we did before. Artie Burns. That's what we did before. Big Trash Kenny Pickett. That's what we did before. Devin Bush. That's what we did before. I'll run down the list of the big trash players we done got, because we got shaky in the middle of the run. No, hell no. Now, if you feel that strongly convicted, thank you, Stiller. Terrell Edmonds, big super trash. Got shaky in the run. You don't need to get shaky in the run. You set your priority on your draft board and you stick to it. No matter what. You stick, that's how you win. You can feel other needs. But when you start talking about 5s and 6s and 3s and 4s versus a number 1, what are we talking about? You stick to your guns. Right? Who said? Somber said McNeil Warren will go before 53. I don't know about that yet, man. I don't know. The black and gold, they really do. The edge run will push the wide receivers down. The Steelers really need the edge run to start. The Steelers need the edge run to start somewhere between 6 and 8. 6, 7, or 8. And it needs to be like boom, like 4 out of 5 picks needs to be an edge. Yeah, that they need that. The Steelers need that because that'll push two of the wide receivers down. That'll push two of the wide receivers down. But then the Steelers also got to keep their head on a swivel because just like the Steelers want to go get certain guys, it ain't like the other 32 teams. It's like, well, we're just going to let you get. No, hell no. You don't think that the Baltimore Ravens want to go get a dude at wide receiver? You don't think that? You don't think that the Buffalo Bills want to go get a dude at wide receiver? You don't think that the New England Patriots want to go get a dude at wide receiver? Come on now. Come on now. Their team is they're going to go do what they got to do. So you got to keep your head on a swivel. You got to keep your head on a swivel. That's why it's imperative that you set your board and you stick to your board. I'm going to educate you with something else, Yenzies. Let's be clear, right? That's what got Kevin Colbert in trouble them last drafts. What got Kevin Colbert in trouble is that Kevin Colbert set the board and he was able to manipulate. And he listened to Tomlin sometimes. And Tomlin, no, that's not how you win. How you win is you set your board. You set your, that's facts, Kirby. The diabolical Browns gonna be looking for one of them dudes too. Yep. Facts, Kristen, what you said? Wait a minute, I missed it. I clicked the wrong thing. You said if we trade, no, hell no, we don't trade up. Hell no. Right? Yep. So listen, what he said, victorious, as long as, yeah, facts. Facts, man. The deal is this, y'all, and I'm trying so hard to explain to you that depth at positions, at certain ones, you just can't let it go. Just because we need a wide receiver don't mean that you pass on the guard from Penn State. I mean, what the hell are you talking about? Just because you need one, yeah. Somber. I don't know about that, Somber. I don't know about that, Somber. Somber, listen, I can tell you right now, out of our 53-man roster, we might got 35 dudes, 36 dudes. Out of the 53 right now, 35, 36 dudes. If you add 12 to that, say we got 35, that's 47. You need 6 free agents. We got a lot of holes, man. We got a lot of holes. A lot of holes, right? Somber said he counted 38. Well, hell, if you add 12 to 30, that's 50. You still need 3 more. You still need 3 more, right? So yeah, what we said. I like Curb's idea of drafting Kyle Lewis and moving him to strong safety. Maybe maybe we'll see. I don't necessarily like that at the NFL level of switching guys' positions. I don't necessarily like that. Vic said for the $1.99, he said O-line and D-tackle are on the table. If Boston's gone, no reach. Agreed. Thank you for the $1.99. And super chats are wide open, by the way, y'all. If y'all want to get your rant or comment up on the screen, absolutely. Rant or comment, yeah. And that's facts. That's facts, right? I don't know. We got holes. So Somber said trade down with 12 picks is wild. No, I don't think so. I think the Steelers need to stay put. I think the Steelers actually need, and this will make sense to some of you Yenzies too. Okay. We actually have coaches and evaluators of talent in surplus in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania right now. We actually have coaches and evaluators of talent in surplus. The Pittsburgh Steelers have not had the amount of coaches that we've had on the staff ever. I don't even think Cowher. No, not like what we got now. So when you got more eyes on the product, you can make better choices and better decisions. You got 2-3 offensive line coaches. You got 2-3 wide receiver coaches. You got basically 2 defensive coordinators. One's a position coach, but he's a DC. You basically got 2 OCs. You listen, you can make better choices and decisions because you got a lot of eyes evaluating talent. That matters. We have depth in coaching. So because we got depth in coaching, we can do some things to help build the room up across the board, right? And I made fun of Mike Wazowski talking about the staff, but they invested a lot of bread. Ride D Sports Guru, man, he said, what's good about this staff is 4 of them were offensive line coaches at some point. That is facts. That is facts. They was offensive line coaches. Absolutely. And so now, let me say, I just said, if there's a guy that they want, I hope they will get him. Everyone said Detroit was nuts, but I love their last couple of drafts. You know why? You know why? They drafts was like we envious Afton about their drafts. You want to know why? Because they set their draft board and they said, we don't give a damn about anybody else in the NFL and what they think. We do not care, is what the Detroit Lions said. We do not care what they think. We do not care. And they hit licks. Campbell, Jahmyr Gibbs, Laporta, Jameson Williams, the list goes, Branch, the list goes on and on and on. Out there hitting licks in the Detroit. Hitting licks because they said, we do not care. They set their board appropriately. They designated players that they wanted. They had coaches in there that was moving furniture around and fighting. And they said, we're going to get the dudes that we want to get. Now, they lost their OC and DC, so that showed that they still got to go get some coaching taken care of. And hopefully they did. But the Steelers got coaching like that now, too. And like I said, I talked yak about Mike Wazowski's. I talked yak about Mike Wazowski. But that coaching staff is, the coaching staff is out there, is good. That the coaching staff is actually outstanding. What Big E say? You don't want to trade down in this draft. The bottom half of the draft is weak. Most of the guys after the 3rd and the 4th will be undrafted in the other draft. I would say probably after the 5th, man. Big E. I say after the 5th round, you're not going to get the value that you would get in another draft, especially not the 2027 draft. And, you know, y'all don't understand how good the 2027 draft is actually going to be. Man, it's, oh my God, right? Lockdown. Yeah, lockdown. Yeah, you on to something, lockdown. Chris Bell in the 3rd. Yeah. Somber said he won't make it to the 3rd. Somber said he won't make it, but he might be there. Yeah. I like Cooper in the 2nd, too. I ain't going to front with you. I like Cooper in the 2nd, boy. Reginald said what? He said, Big G, name one player who you think going to get traded. Off the Steelers? Highsmith. Alex Highsmith. Yep. They got to make a decision. Herbig, Watt, or Highsmith. They ain't trading Watt. Highsmith. They're going to trade Highsmith. Right? And matter of fact, they're going to trade him to the Carolina Panthers. They're going to trade him for a 2nd and a 4th to the Carolina Panthers, or a 3rd and a 4th to the Carolina Panthers. That's where he's going. Right? Vic said, that's why I wouldn't be mad at trading between 95 and 151. Yeah, for Washington 71, go up there and get the guy you want. Yeah, I feel it. Right? Roy D said, I would love to see some of them trade picks for the draft picks in 2027. No, we got too many holes this year, man. 2027 for the Pittsburgh Steelers is all about quarterback. If, and I put the if here, if they don't draft a guy like Drew Aller or a guy like Nussmeier to bring him in and compete with Will Howard to be the backup, and they figure out that one of those kids can actually be the starting quarterback. 2027 is about the quarterback position. And that might be where you're Mike Dickett. You said, hell with it. You know, and you're like, look, man, listen, I done identified the quarterback. I done backfilled in all these other positions across the board. I'm cool. You know, so I'm gonna go get me a dude at quarterback. That's might be what it's about. You're right. So what he said, if a team offers a first in 2027, would you move down in the first this year? It depends on how far back. It depends on how far back. If I go from 21 to 32, 33, maybe. But that means that I can get the best player available at 31 or 32. Maybe. So, but ain't no, listen, most teams, trust me, they on to the game already. Most teams are staying put. Most teams are staying put, man. Right? Somber said 15 quarter. You know what, Somber? I tried to tell Claude. I wish Claude was here today. I tried to tell Claude. I told Claude that there's going to be 10 to 12 quarterbacks going the first 2 rounds next year. I told Claude that. And Claude, there ain't no way. I said, watch. 10 to 12 going in the first 2 rounds, man. It's some dogs next year in the draft at quarterback. So in next year's draft, if I'm sitting in the first round and I got to give up my second and my third to go get my quarterback, hell yeah, I'm going to go get him. So next year about the quarterback. So that means this year you got to build your roster to be able to insert the franchise quarterback. That's what this year is about, right? Big E said 15 quarterbacks coming out next year's draft class, and that's why you build the trenches of your offensive line this year and next year to get your dude. Facts, Big E. Facts. That's why we can't be, being all cute. Oh, I need a wide receiver. Get out of here. You can get you a wide receiver in the second or the third or the fourth. Hell, even in the fifth. You can get you one. You get them trenches together. You get them guards and them tackles and them damn defensive tackles, and you get that right. And I want to be like the Cincinnati Bengals. Get the big trash Bengals out of here. Buddy, like the Bengals? Are we going to invest $90 million in our wide receiver room? Get the hell out of here. Ain't nobody doing all of that. No. That's not how we play football in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That ain't how we do it. How we do it is we get them trenches right. We get that roster right. G Stacks, what's cracking, man? He said, build the roster this draft and get your quarterback in next draft. Take a swing at Aller in the fourth. I like your thinking, Stacks. I'm feeling it. I like how you think and feel. Right? That's right, Big L. There's always dogs at wide receiver. Always dogs at wide receiver, man. Always. You always can find, Drew Aller in the fourth, bro. Drew Aller in the fourth, absolutely. That's what made the Pittsburgh Steelers great back in the day. Was y'all forget about Young Money? Young Money, we had talent sitting around everywhere, right? S. Dresden, what you said? Again, no freaking Project Lyman in the first round this year. Listen, let me be clear, Somber. The guard from Penn State is not a project. The guard from Penn State is going to be a top 5 guard within 2 years in the NFL. Look it up. Go watch the film on him. He's a killer. He's an absolute monster. He's going to be a top 5 guard in 2 years. Yeah, matter of fact, I would trade up to get him. That's how confident I'm about him. I'm that confident about him. Listen, and there's another dude, the tackle from Utah. I'm confident about him. Listen, if the tackle from Utah is sitting at 21, you draft him with the quickness and you flip Troy Fautano into a guard. With the quickness. If the tackle from Utah is sitting there, take him with the first. Man, you sprint that damn card up there. You sprint that card. You take him. And Troy Fautano becomes a left guard. Quickly, right? But them two dudes are day one starters. The tackle from Utah and the guard from Penn State are starting the first damn game, and they ain't coming off the field. Never. They ain't coming off. They are killers. Yeah, Fanu, that's his name, man. Fanu, yeah. Fanu, he's a killer. He's a killer. I see monsters. I want dudes that are so nasty at offensive line that they block well after the whistle. I want dudes that after the whistle and you get them down on the ground, you give them the business. I want dudes that'll block a dude past the sideline, block his ass up in the stands. Remember when we had Pouncey? Remember when we had DeCastro? Remember when we had Villanueva? These are the type of dudes I'm talking about. I'm talking about killers on that offensive line. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about dudes that cause big problems, right? Big L said, as a Penn State fan, yes, he's 71. 71. That to get Yenzi's familiar with it, 71 is a killer. Man, oh my God, I'm telling y'all, when y'all see, that's what I know. That's what I'll be trying to put y'all up on game with, man, on keeping it 100, man. Is that y'all need to watch film, man. Y'all need to watch film, man. You really do. Because then you would see it and you'd be like, wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. Yeah, facts. I need mean streaks, man. I don't want no passive-aggressive offensive lineman. I don't want no project like Broderick Jones. Broderick Jones passive-aggressive. Out there trying to be cute and wear them ugly-ass Jordan cleats. Jordan should be suing you for putting them cleats on your feet. You got some Jordaneries on out there thinking, I'm the tackle. You big trash. Your play sucks. I ain't taking no Jordanary cleat-wearing dude playing tackle. Get him out of here. You ain't Trent Williams. You ain't no Trent Williams. I need some nastiness. I need some dudes that's going to get after it. I need some dudes in the trenches. When the game is on the line, you might get knocked the hell out. That's what I need. I don't need none of this soft, butter, cute. Get them out of here. I don't need none of them. None of them. That's why I'm saying to my Know-It-Alls Nation and listeners and Yenzis out there, you got to stop with this. We need a wide receiver. For what? For what? We can get one in free agency. We can get several in free agency. We can get one in the second or the third round. I want a dude that I can take into war and we can get a dub. That's what I want. Mod, I'm trying to tell you, Booker is nasty. Listen, Mod, if you know what? People that's been following us on the Know-It-Alls, if they go back and look how much we talked about Booker. And I was like, man, because I saw it. Well, Fanu and the Penn State guard is Booker. They the same dude. Matter of fact, the Penn State guard is bigger than him. He's bigger than him. Just nasty. Fanu, oh my God. Oh my God. Go watch the tape. Go watch the tape. Go watch the tape. The deal is, like I'm telling you, Yenzies, I can't speak it enough. This ain't the year to just try to get a wide receiver. This ain't it. Don't reach. Please don't reach. And you know what? I don't believe Mike McCarthy or Omar Khan is going to reach. I don't believe it. I don't believe it hard. I don't believe it hard. I think that Omar Khan and Mike McCarthy is about 50% locked in on where they're trying to go in the first round. I believe it today, right now today. They're going to see how free agency works out. They're going to look at how it's working and what's going to happen. And then if they don't get some of the one or two dudes, that might trickle to the board a little bit. But they already know. They already know. Somber said what? I was mocking and Spencer Fanu to us back when he still had that. Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to tell him, Somber. I'm trying to tell him. Fanu or the guard from Penn State. We straight. We straight. We are straight. Drake, what's happening, man? He said, Big G is my guy. What do you think about Bo Stevens from Iowa? Left guard startable multiple years, 2025 first team All-American. Do I like him? Hell to the yeah. I like him. Now, can we get him at 53? If we can get him at 53, yeah. Hell to the yes. Run the card to the table. What are we talking about here? Claude Diabolical Bishop. G, you know good and damn well the Steelers need wide receivers. Of course I do, Claude. Of course I do. But I'm not drafting no KC Concepcion, Claude. I'm not drafting no Brazil, Claude, at 21. Hell no. I ain't doing it. So yeah, I know we need dudes. But hell no. Right? Steeler. Wait, what's up, man? What's cracking, Steeler Y360 Nation, man? He said, Big G, the sweet spot in the draft is for wide receivers in the third or the fourth rounds. You do not need to reach. Facts. Fact talking about Claude, talking about he got all that cute talk. We need wide receiver. Of course we do, Claude. But not to reach for no trash in the first round. Not for no trash. Yeah. Rye said free agent receivers in the second, in the fifth. Hey, listen, draft receivers in the second and the fifth and free agent. I ain't mad at that either. I ain't mad at that either. Listen. The free agency will tell, but they need to be aggressive. But you don't, at the expense of your 21st overall pick, you don't go and chase some little slot 5'10" KC Concepcion that can't stay healthy and then get Brazil, and the only damn thing he can do is run a go route. Get him out of here. Get him gone. Right? Somber said Romeo Dobbs' projected contract is 4 years, $48 million. I'll take it. I'll take it, Kirby. I'll take it. I ain't mad at Romeo. I told you already. The four dudes, Tate said Jennings, I agree with him. But Dobbs, Kirk, or Pierce, I want Pierce. Dobbs, yeah. Give me Pierce. Give me Pierce to go with DK, and then I can get me a wide receiver in the second and give me one in the fourth. I can get Omar Cooper in the second, and I can get either Zachariah Branch or Bell in the fourth. Yep, I can do it. S. Dresden. They reached in all of for the Fat Boys for three. No. S. Dresden. No, they didn't. No. Troy Fautano was a reach? What? Troy Fautano was a reach. Derek Harmon was a reach? Somber, I'm about to revoke your card. I'm about to revoke your card. A reach? Stop that. Now, Broderick Jones. Yeah, I agree with you. But all three? Come on, man. Kenny Miller said the Colts won't let Pierce go. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Tay Boy Fresh said to put your ass in the Matrix. You know what? You know what? You know what? That is like a Matrix worthy. That is Matrix worthy. So he got to go, Tay. You right. I'll let you, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Talking about KC. Yeah, he overrated. I mean, hell for that. Like, give me Calvin Austin III back for that. Right? Yeah. As Dresden correct. You got to get big boys that are super strong and nasty and beasts. Liao, beast. Guard, Penn State, beast. Caden McDonald, beast. Hunter, beast. Trenches, beast. Beast. Victoria said, Malachi Lemon, Jacoby Lane, Ted Hurst, Montgomery will all be there. Hell, Zachariah, you can add Zachariah Branch to that. You can add Greg Bell to that. You can add, yeah. No, Big, Big L said, send it to the evil emperor. Man, that Claude was on one early. I started to send him, man. But, you know, he only had one comment today. But Claude can get on one, and he got time. I'm going to go for about another 10, 15 minutes. Claude got time. And if he get on one, oh, yeah. We going to see the emperor today. We going to see him today. Rye D said, Concepcion of Brazil got a case of the Deontay Johnson drops. Let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell you, I watch, and I'm not just talking to be talking. I'm not just talking. I watch film on them, man. I watch a lot. My people will tell you, I watch film like there ain't no tomorrow. I sit down on film and I watch it and I watch it and I watch it and I watch it and I watch it, right? Brazil lines up outside of the hashes 75 or 80% of his snaps. He runs two routes. He runs sometimes a third, a comeback route. He doesn't run slants. He doesn't run crossing routes. Everything for him is to the outside and to the hash. Casey Concepcion is a gadget guy. He really is a gadget guy, right? He's a guy, he's like a little bit upgrade of Calvin Austin III. Y'all remember Calvin Austin when he was coming out of Memphis, and we was like, yeah, we can get him on end rounds and line him up in the backfield and throw him the ball. And that's what Casey Concepcion is. And they're right when they say Casey Concepcion got a lot of dropsies. S. Dresden, you're right. Men aren't beasts. They aren't. They're not beasts. That's facts. But they kill us. And dogs. They dogs. Yeah, you're right. They dogs. Right? Kirby, I'm glad to see it too. A bigger strength and conditioning staff. Yeah, the Steelers, we got more staff than we've had in forever. Forever. And we need all of that because we need all hands on deck. We need all eyes on the package. All eyes on the package. All eyes on the package. Right? We don't need to fumble the bag. We don't need to fumble the bag. What Ma said, Casey disappears in double coverage. Brazil can't play slot and will take the top off the defense, but he isn't a wide receiver too because he can't catch. Yeah, and Casey Concepcion, and he got injury issues. Matter of fact, if you really want to go back and check him out, he's got soft tissue issues from his days at North Carolina State and his days at Texas A&M. So you already dealing with a problem. Why would I draft that at 21 where I could sit at 53 and get Amari Cooper? Because he's going to be there. Or I could get the other Indiana wide receiver because he's going to be there. Or maybe Zachariah Branch because he's going to be there. Why would I do that? I'm not doing that where I can get a guy. I can get a guy. So y'all listen. Like I said, man, I went on for a whole hour today. I think I broke a record for link time for keeping it 100. Oh, Claude, I thought you messed up, Claude. I thought you messed up. But you didn't. You said, Ma, No Bias show was pretty good yesterday. Yeah, that's true, Claude. It was. It was really good. S. Dresden said, Brazil, Boston, and Tyson or Metcalf are clones. I think Tyson is a clone of a DK Metcalf. Boston, I think, can run the whole route tree. Boston, I think, can run the entire route tree. Brazil, no way in hell can he run. But Brazil's not strong. Brazil's like 6'4", 200 pounds and sort of skinny. So, and he can't run the route tree. So, and he's not going to run a crossing route ever, right? Somber's correct. Boston don't have a lot of dropsies. Boston don't have a lot of dropsies at all. He don't have a lot of dropsies at all. So, and in space, he about 6'3". But I'm letting the Yenzies, I don't want you to get your heart hurt. I don't want you to get, Claude, you know what? This right here is about to, Claude, you're trying to dominate. You're trying to dominate as the emperor. Claude, we don't know that yet, Claude. That, like I told, I've already done hipped him the game. If they got him listed at a 4.52, if he runs a 4.49, he ain't going to be there at 21. Claude, you're trying to dominate, man. Why today, Claude? Why today you trying to dominate, Claude? Well, I got to reveal who you are, Claude. Got to reveal it. Unlimited power, Claude. Unlimited power. Unlimited power. Unlimited. I get it. Tate, thank you, Tate. Yeah, dog, if he run a 4.49, 4.48, he ain't gonna be there no 21. Claude said that's nonsense. Why is it nonsense, Claude? We're just speaking of who you are. Unlimited power. You need unlimited power in the Matrix, Claude. In the Matrix, you got unlimited. You can control and dominate over there. You can control and dominate. We just letting the people know who you is. Unlimited power. Unlimited, man. You know, and I understand it. I get it. I get it. Oh, Lord. Claude said, y'all, he running the Jedi mind trick on you. Claude said unlimited knowledge. I think I need to show you again who Claude is. Yeah, he talking about unlimited knowledge. He over there with unlimited power. He running Jedi mind trick games on you, trying to make you think. He waving his hand, trying to make you think. You don't really want that. You really want this. You really need to come to the Matrix. You really don't understand the Steelers. It's my way. No, Claude, the Jedi mind trick don't work on Big G, Claude. The Jedi mind trick don't work on me, Claude. It don't work. It don't work on me, Claude. It don't work on me. No. They said Neo gave Claude a superpower. He sure did. He gave him unlimited power. Unlimited power. He said, a year ago, you guys wanted to trade with the 49ers to get Brandon Ayuk. And it was getting ready to release him. There's your wide receiver and free agents that can run all the routes. Yeah, but I don't know if Brandon Ayuk's, I don't know if Brandon Ayuk's head is all the way in the game. But I'll take him if he's ready. I'll take him if he's ready. We get him maybe for cheap. Yeah, I'll take him if he's ready. Right? Still a DNA said we stupid. hey, listen. We just calling it out. Big F said, first time you did that, it had me in tears. Get up out of here, Palpatine. You got Anakin, you ain't getting us. Yeah, he ain't gonna wave his hand and run the Jedi mind trick on us, man. He ain't gonna wave his hand and run the mind trick on us, man. Claude said, wow, somebody got too much time on their hands. Well, Claude, I'm just, trying to put people up on game, man, to show, show people, that the Emperor's done showed up. The Emperor's done showed up. Yeah, right. Tay said he'd take IU over Tyreek. I would too. Tyreek coming off an injury. Ayuk coming off an injury too. Yeah, but I would. I think Ayuk is a better. He's not as long in the tooth as Tyreek. I think he's got stronger hands. I think he's willing to do some of the dirty stuff, like block downfield. I think he'll run every route. He'll run inside routes. He'll run crossing routes. He'll run a guy off to get DK open. I don't know if Tyreek will do that. Not at this stage in his career. If you'd have asked me like 2 years ago, yeah, but not now. Not now. Not now. So, but like I said, the whole story today was about my guys in the background, Mr. Omar Khan and the crew cooking, trying to figure out what they need to do, right? Figuring out what they need to do to get the people that they need to get for the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? And don't look past the trenches. Don't look past guard. Don't look past defensive tackle. Don't do it, Steelers. Don't do it. And lockdown. Mike Evans? Hey, y'all, thanks for rocking with me with another noonday edition. I'll be back tonight with my boy Big B at Steelers Almighty, man. We had the diabolical executive producer over there doing fake push-ups last week, and I didn't see no knees bent and all that, whatever else. He was over there just, doing all kind of diabolical stuff. But now it's me and Big B this week. So we going back to normal over there on Steelers Almighty, and we got a big show tonight. Tomorrow night, me, Tate Boy Fresh, and the diabolical Kirby himself will be over there with Smash the Gas. And this is a little preview about, we talking about who can fix what for the Steelers. You got Tate's fix. You see the three guys. You see Pierce and the guard from Penn State and Cooper from me. And then you see Kirby with Romeo and Lemon and Hood. I like Hood, Kirby. I like him. I like Tate's people too. I ain't mad. I like the Toledo defensive back. I ain't gonna front with you, man. I ain't gonna front with you. But I'll see all y'all tonight over there on the big show. Tomorrow on Smash the Gas. And on Monday, you Yenzies, on Monday, I've already S. Dresden. Wait a minute. S. Dresden said that Khan is a fraud? S. Dresden? Boy, you got to go.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
But oh well, if you got gold, then you gotta go.
Crazy, man.
S. Dresden, compared to the diabolical Kevin Colbert, Khan is a fraud. I'm just asking you, man. I'm just asking you, don't let the Matrix pollute your brain and your mind. Don't let it happen. Don't let it happen. Don't let Claude get to you, right? Don't let it get to you. He's okay. All right, y'all. Like I said, I'll see y'all later on tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Big Show, my boy Big B. Tomorrow, back with Tate Boy Fresh on Smash the Gas and Kirby, right? And on Monday, like I said, we're moving the Level Up podcast with my girl Sarah C. and Teresa B. And I got a brand new podcast, Steelers-centric, Steelers-focused, Menace to Yins. Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to have guests across the board from Steelers podcasts all out here on all different kind of networks. I'm going to have a guest every week on Menace to Yins. Every Monday, there's going to be a guest. And we're going to break it down, and I'm going to be a full menace and let them know, listen up, you Yinzies. We trying to fix the Steelers. So make sure you come back on Monday and check me out on Menace to Yins. Steelers-centric, for your boy Big G all the time. Thanks again for all you guys rocking with me another noonday. Like, follow, share, and subscribe to podcasts. I'll see all y'all tonight. Have a great evening. Peace.
Keep it real when I walk, keep it real when I talk. I'ma keep it real, give you something you can feel when I talk. We gon' keep it 100.